Season 11 is now onto its second manhunt target, which may have been bugged for me. Still undecided on that one. And I went back to test out our old exotic loot farm. You know, for science. What's going on, everybody? It's LtBuzzLitebeer, and welcome back to the channel. So, I was traveling over this past weekend. I'm back. The jet lag has mostly worn off, and I'm back on the grind with the Division 2 when it works. Yeah, stability is possibly getting better. It's hard to tell on PC. You know, one day the game plays beautifully. My rig doesn't sound like a jet engine. The next day, it is the exact opposite. But yesterday was a good day, so I was able to get in and complete the Lieutenant Bantam manhunt requirements and the final boss fight, which on Heroic took about an hour-ish, which I will get into a little later in this video. But to start off, I wanted to discuss the General Anderson Climax mission and all of this saga surrounding the Dr. Home exotic rifle. To understand all this drama swirling around the General Anderson Climax mission and the Dr. Home exotic rifle, we need to go back to where it all begins. And this all started with the end of Season 10, so that's TU 16.4 to be exact, which was back on December the 6th, 2022. This was the day the final General Anderson mission unlocked. We've been waiting all these months to play it. Players quickly finished it up. The Dr. Home exotic rifle is supposed to be the final mission reward. Again, we've been waiting all these months to get it. Some players get it, others lose it to eternity as it drops onto the ground because they have no backpack space. The final cutscene drops you back at the boo, and you can't fast travel back to pick up the rifle. A December 13th scheduled maintenance attempts to correct that issue. Quote, the Dr. Home exotic rifle will now be sent to the player's mailbox if the player's inventory is full. And of course, this is aimed at any issues moving forwards, but it doesn't address the concerns of the many players that have already cleared this final mission and lost that Dr. Home exotic reward onto the ground. December 20th rolls around, another maintenance. This time the patch notes read, quote, the Dr. Home exotic rifle will now be the only exotic rewarded for the Season 10 prime target mission completion. At the same time, the issue of the Dr. Home not awarding exotic components upon breaking down is gaining traction over on social media. Players were also getting confused by the wording of this post, finding that now every exotic was dropping at the end of the mission. A few days later, on December 22nd, we get another tweet from the Division game, quote, to compensate for the full inventory Dr. Home exotic drop issue, we intend to do a mass grant for all players in the new year as soon as possible. We apologize for the delay due to the holidays and appreciate your patience. Nothing really happens concerning this mission or the Dr. Home in January, but somewhere in February, players begin to notice that the General Anderson guaranteed exotic loot farm is now not awarding exotics 100% of the time, despite the change not being listed anywhere in the patch notes or maintenance logs, and then the XP farm is removed on February 23rd, completely reworking this mission. TU 17.1 drops on March 13th with this text, quote, Dr. Home exotic rifle is no longer the only exotic awarded when completing General Anderson Climax mission, effectively completely removing the exotic loot farm from the live game, reducing the chances to mere fractions, and all still without any updates on when players will be receiving this promised December 22nd mass Dr. Home exotic rifle award, supposedly going to all players. Now, all of this kind of brings me up to yesterday. I tested out this mission 3 times back to back to back, twice on normal and once on hard. And I can confirm that yes, I did receive the BTSU gloves on my first test run on normal difficulty. So it is indeed still rewarding players with exotics, and the text they provided in the patch notes is correct. But that text is misleading at best. The Dr. Home hasn't been the only exotic to drop at the end of this mission for months now. Massive knows this, and so do the players, which is the exact reason so many have included a few daily completions of this climax mission into their routines. Exotics are hard to find. We know that they have very low chances of appearing, and we also know that the expertise table is extraordinarily hungry, especially when it comes to exotic components. Seeing this kind of wording in the patch notes is entirely the wrong direction to take with the player base. We can see that Massive have nerfed this exotic farm out of existence, so when it's worded like this, it definitely strikes the wrong tone. This is vague, and as I said, entirely misleading. Anyways, here's another farm that has been removed, and although I did get it to drop an exotic, this is going to be the exception and not the rule with this mission. And what a shame. Let's finish this one up with yesterday's Rain of Fire second manhunt target, Lieutenant Bantam. Now, as I said, it took me about an hour on heroic difficulty with 3 directives, playing solo, mainly because of the requirements. Hear me out, this is 3 control points, 1 bounty, 1 rescue operation, and 1 territory control, and it felt like about 50% of the time other roaming events like resource convoys would wander into my zones when I was assaulting a point, adding to the confusion and extending that assault session. Yes, I was getting more XP, but in turn they were longer battles, leading me to actually run out of ammo on several of these assaults. Bantam is found as a bounty mission at the Potomac Event Center, and there's nothing really out of the ordinary here, just some waves of black tusk. I will advise you to take your time. There are several planned kind of back spawns to sandwich you in, and then after several waves of NPCs at the Potomac Burn Pit area, Bantam arrives, and here, let me just show you this with my live commentary. It's not very long, but pay close attention to when he is out on the battlefield, and let me know if I caused this or did your fight go down this exact same way. Honestly, these heavy gunners are the bane of my existence. Let me finish this guy off.
Watch out for that seeker.
An asshole.
What did he say? Watch out for that seeker? Okay. Oh, there he is. That's Bantam. I'm gonna take down some of his bodyguards here. Another one. Is that all this guy's got?
Identification confirmed.
What?
Bantam. Status.
That's it?
One of Anderson's true sons. I don't like how comfortable they are with Black Tusk ordnance. Hey, Agent. Decrypted another drone recording. It's queued up at the castle if you want to hear it.
Wow. Seriously, that was it? So he comes onto the field and yells out, watch out for that seeker, does a couple combat rolls, and just gets melted. I'm speechless. I'm still baffled at this one. Wasn't he supposed to have some sort of high-tech arsenal? At least that's what the comms told me. Was there some sort of special secret mine that was supposed to come at me? I mean, he said his one line of dialogue, ran around a few feet, and then just died. Now, I won't spoil the comms for you at the end of the mission, especially over at the castle settlement. That last bit about St. Louis did pique my interest, especially since he was also mentioned in the novels, but overall, not much going on with this target. And that last battle sequence was odd. Like they forgot to program in his attacks. I honestly don't know. Anyways, probably a good place to end this one for today. Leave me your feedback, especially about your experiences with Bantam and that final battle in the comment section below, and I will of course do my best to respond. Remember to smash that big, beautiful subscribe button and ring the notifications bell to receive my future upload alerts. Also, and really important on this one, set your notifications to receive all, or YouTube will default to occasional alerts and you can miss my latest upload. If you could also rate and or share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. You can find and follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and over in my open community Discord server, links to all of which can be found in the video description and pinned comments below. Shout out to the nearly 115,000 of you that have taken that leap and hit the subscribe button, and as always, a huge thanks to the Buzz Battalion patrons over on Patreon. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer, signing off.